this is Travis Wingate. So this is the introduction for the two videos that are about an hour long each for the research that I did to discover the scandal and fraud of the church's claim that Harmony, Pennsylvania is at the priesthood restoration site rather than north of Pittsburgh. I'm laughing because I just did the video about the gold plates in Panama, which clearly was a scam. If I were to go over and comment on that one fully, I would have pointed out how I was able to discover the fraud, but I touch on a couple of points to show that, yeah, it was a fraud, because they're copying from the Anton transcript. They're claiming the Book of Mormon claim of Egyptian and Hebrew, and trying to show that Jeremiah was there. They're trying to promote the Central American theory for the Book of Mormon, taking it away from Solomon Spalding, which was in western New York and right there by the Great Lakes. I would also point out in that video that the archaeologist who takes us on a tour of the tomb of the cave is not wearing his garments. Oh, it must not be Mormon affiliated then. Those are the kinds of things you want to look for, because true scientists would not be speaking as if they were talking like Mormons would want them to talk like. So those are some clues from videos. This was a claim by the church, and so you will see my process of doing research, how I have done my previous books on LDS history, and you'll witness as I intended to make a video for you guys, but then realized I need to do research. I need to do it now. And so you are going to be taken on my journey of my research. And so you'll see me asking questions to myself. You'll see me asking ridiculous questions sometimes, just to get everything that could possibly be brought up, so that I can either confirm or deny claims that the church has made, that Google has made, Wikipedia has made, even me, because this process needs to confirm my work without my bias. And so I have to verify my own research that I had previously done and published. Because if I can disprove myself, then I have to come up with some other explanation, other theory. But unfortunately, the church ends up being disproven, and the church gets exposed here. So don't trust what people tell you. Don't trust what people say. Don't trust what you read. Don't trust author sources. You have to confirm and verify everyone's claims. And that can be frustrated when people are lying and deceiving you. It's unfortunate that we have to confirm what truth is from what people tell us. And so what I conclude is that the church has altered archaeology to alter history to fit their narrative. And you need to understand that the site is a legitimate site, but not for the origins of the Hale family. They may have moved to that location later on, but we're talking about the beginnings. And that's also an important feature with the historical narrative, and figuring out what actually happened, is that yes, they may have moved. Lots of people moved back then, and they have to build a new home. And so take that into consideration when you do your own research as well. And so unfortunately, I'm talking to the recording device, the video camera here, so you don't get to see what I'm doing, but I'm describing to you what where I'm going, what I'm seeing, and how I'm doing it. And as a result, you too could confirm to make sure that I'm telling you the truth about where I'm going to get my information from and what I discovered. So, like for example, no Methodist church is in that location where it's said to have been located. It's just forest. So you too can go to maps.google and follow along with me if you think that I'm lying and I'm just an antichrist who just doesn't understand and is trying to destroy the church, which is good, and teaches about Jesus. And so I don't want this introduction to be too long because the video is already too long. So understand that this is just my research process. Travis Wayne Goodsell, holy crap, Batman. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I've gotta take care of another program. I'm gonna have to interrupt this. Or cause a delay, rather. I found, or YouTube presented to me, a video lecture by Jonathan Neville, a Mormon, who thinks he's the cool Mormon because he has proven by simply reading that the Book of Mormon, Cumorah, the Book of Mormon lands were in North America, specifically on the East Coast. And so I was going over the video, taking notes so that I could comment, do that kind of a comment. But he then showed a map, which I went, because when you're doing research, you always try to find out if your research is correct. You need to make sure there's nothing that can throw a wrench into your theory. And when I wrote the LDS history, I found out that I needed to make a correction because I found out the copper shop was actually a cooper shop. But finding out it was a cooper shop actually enhanced the theory that I had better than if it were a copper shop. But this one is different that he's pointing out. This one has the location of Harmony, Pennsylvania, in the wrong spot. And I went, wait a minute, no, that's Harmony, Pennsylvania is just north of Pittsburgh. They have it over by the jail where Joseph Smith... Oh, gotta take a pause here. And I'm gonna take another pause in a few minutes. Joseph Smith was arrested over on that Bainbridge, South Bainbridge jail. And so that's why I was writing in the book. It seemed weird that the nephew for Joshua Stoll was way out in South Bainbridge and had Joseph, who was over in Harmony, go to the jail there. Okay, hold on a second. Just exit out of that. Okay. It's crucial to get the facts correct when you're studying history. If you get the wrong location, if you get the wrong associated person, you're going to mess up. And so when I was listening to his video, I was going, oh, yep, here we go. Another Mormon who's supporting the theory that Sidney Rigdon wrote the Book of Mormon. But this guy, of course, is saying, oh, look at this beautiful artistic rendition of the Nephites. Wouldn't it be nice to know what they actually lived and experienced? And he's even talking about how he's brainwashing Mormons to stop believing the incorrect theory of Central America as the location. And so, yeah, I was going to talk all about that. But then he says that Harmony, Pennsylvania was right there at the priesthood restoration site. And so my jaw dropped, my eyes pop out wide. I'm going, what? I have to stop. I have to go back to the map again. Wait a minute. No. I'm checking Google Maps. No. Something's not right. And because my theory was based on the fact of Harmony, Pennsylvania being where it is said to be located just north of Pittsburgh. Now that's important because Sidney Rigdon had been in Pittsburgh and then right to the left of Harmony. And I said, okay, we now have a potential connection of Joseph Smith knowing Sidney Rigdon, or at least being aware of him. And so when the 116 pages are burned by Martin Harris, Joseph Smith Sr. is writing as if he's the Lord, which Lord means master, if you're unaware of that. It doesn't mean God, it means master. So the master of the house is the husband and the father. And so the Lord is speaking to Joseph Smith Jr., and he's furious about giving the wicked man, not the wife of the wicked man, the wicked man, the 116 pages, and then they got lost and destroyed. But he talks about Solomon Spaulding's characters and places in the book, the Jaredites and the Nephites, or not, the Lamanites and the Nephites, in that same condemnation to Joseph. And so that makes sense. I now have found Harmony, Pennsylvania is right over by Pittsburgh and right over to the other town that he moved back to start up a church there. And so it's okay, we have a connection there to Smith Jr. and Sidney Rigdon. We don't have any connection of the actual meeting between the two other than the location of Harmony with Sidney Rigdon's location where he was living, and with the first scripture in the Doctrine and Covenants talking about the loss of the 116 pages. And so I thought I had solved that issue until this guy comes out and says Harmony is at the priesthood restoration site. And I'm like, what? And so I'm checking Google Maps, can't find Harmony anywhere. It's not there. It's only in up north of Pittsburgh. That's the only Harmony. And so I'm zooming, or I see his map, and I Google search priesthood restoration site, and it shows a map by the church, and it shows that across the river, the little branch off river, there's the homes of Joseph and Emma and the Hales. And I'm like, oh man, they still have the homes. This is interesting. So why are they calling it Harmony then? And because people move around a lot. So, I mean, Joseph Smith himself, Sr., moved around. He Vermont and can't remember the name of the place where the college was, where Hiram Smith went, and where the head of the school was the doctor who did Joseph's leg surgery. But then they moved to Palmyra, where they had to stay somewhere there. But then Joseph became a master mason, and all of a sudden he's given a land that he can develop and farm, and so it happens all the time back then that people move and build a new home, and so I had to find out some more, and so Wikipedia priesthood restoration site explained it to me, which is a shocker because Wikipedia is horrible for church information, but it does lead you into avenues to branch out to do further research on more reliable sources other than the church and church influenced sites. And so what I found was that they're claiming that in 1919, I didn't write it down. I did a download of the Wikipedia page. But 1912 or 1919, they claim that the homes of Joseph and Emma and the Hales were destroyed. And that it wasn't until... Okay, hold on. Let's see, LDS priesthood restoration site, Wikipedia. All right. 1919, the home was destroyed by fire. Okay, and then, yeah, between 1947 and 1959. So they don't even know the particular date. But the church purchased the original property and 6 additional acres during that time period. And they're saying, it's the Joseph Smith website, retrieved 18 February 2015. So this is the church's own thing that they're referencing here. And so even the church is not revealing when they actually purchased the property with the 6 additional acres. And so remember, in 1919, the homes were reportedly burned by fire, if not earlier. We still have to trust that that's when they were burned, because the reference here is again going back to the church as the source for that information. And like I've been telling you over and over again, we cannot trust the church for any of the things they say and claim. We have to find other documents, such as a Pennsylvania land purchase with the church's name on it, for example, or a newspaper from Pennsylvania talking about the fire. Those kinds of outside of the church information that can be relied upon as factual and help us piece together what really happened. And we don't have any of that. So as far as the church is allowing us to know, there were no homes there between 1947 and 1959 when the church purchased the land. They're just claiming that the homes were there. You see where I'm going with this? The church is perpetuating a lie. They're manufacturing it even. They're not just saying, well, this is the way it was. They're actually designating a plot of land and rebuilt the homes. They're not the real homes, they're rebuilt homes. And they put them on that property over far to the east in Pennsylvania, and claiming that that's where the Hales were from. Do you see what's happening here? This goes beyond just lying and deceiving. This is an outright manufactured cover-up. Because in 1960, a monument was added to the site which commemorates the restoration of the priesthood. And so in 2002, the church purchased 25 acres of land which had been heavily polluted by adjacent railroad activity. This purchase extended the church's holdings to the river. Since that time, the additional property has been purchased, expanding the church's holdings to 157 acres. So again, that's all my property. I won the lawsuit. It's mine. They need to give that to me, but nevertheless, it's the wrong harmony. The most recent acquisition in 2011, which added 10 acres, purchased from the Boughton family for $2.1 million. In a letter dated in April 15, 2011, the church announced to nearby members that the site would be restored. So this wasn't until recently, 2011. They were going to restore the site. And so it is the 2015. Holy crap. This is a recent cover-up, because Nelson was the one who went and dedicated it. Dedicated by Russell M. Nelson, who was the president of the Quorum of the 12. On September 19th, 2015. They created a lie. Do you understand this, guys? It's like, say for example, the Mormons wanted to prove the Book of Mormon was true, and so they create a record on stone tablets, go to New York and bury it, and then somehow get it arranged for some archaeology dig or a a development construction company of some kind going in to develop the land. And so they dig it up. Oh, we found these stone plates. Oh, they're written in a strange, somewhat Egyptian Paleo-Hebrew language, and it's clear this is Nephi and Laman and Alma. Oh, that's the kind of cover-up we're talking about here. This is unbelievable. I mean, this is much bigger than finding out it was a cooper shop rather than a copper shop. And that one was big. Oh my God. I can't believe they're pulling this. See, because in 2011, that's when the internet and the church posted the gospel topic essays, and members of the church were going, what the hell? I'm out of here. And so they went and did this during this time. Holy crap. This is the biggest scam I have ever heard about. And there have been plenty of scams concerning the Bible archaeology. But this is by a multi-hundred billionaire corporation that is using religion as a front for their crimes. So this is like, holy crap. If I was still believing Mormon, faithful, active, still paying the protection tithe money, racketeering thing, I would be troubled by this. Holy crap. Oh man. Because the guy was confirming on multiple ways that there was a cover-up with the church history in 1838 that Joseph wrote. He says, don't trust that. It's all been altered, and it's lies and such, and errors, and I was gonna, he didn't mention who made those errors, which was Willard Richards, the man who shot Joseph Smith in the back to kill him, and then dump his body out the window where the mob then shot him. But holy crap. I guess if you're 100 billionaires or trillionaires, you can get away with stuff like this. So thank you, Jonathan Neville, for this video, because oh my God, this is something I just missed. Holy crap. Oh my God. Because I had to find the Methodist church that they went to. I had to find the Congregationalist church out in Vermont. I had to find the school and the home that they were living in. And I gotta find that. And that's frustrating me now. I now have to find out where it was. Maps. Okay, so let's see, Sharon, Vermont. Holy crap. Because that's just bugging me too much. I gotta get the answers here. Manchester. Manchester, that's New York though. New London, Newbury. Down, so please bear with me. Okay, I think Chester, they don't have state dividing lines here, so I'm getting frustrated. There's Springfield, where the Simpsons live. Come on. Lebanon, Hanover, Concord, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. I think it's Massachusetts. Concord, New Hampshire. Okay, it's New Hampshire. Yeah, I need to see the map. I can't be going off of guessing. That's how they taught me selective memorization in school. They gave me a map of the United States with the divided boundaries, and I was supposed to put in the capital and the state. That's as far as it went. Holy crap. So, yeah, New Hampshire then. Oh, man. So, yeah, this is like, oh my God. Because they were saying it was, the church's site was saying it was remodeled. And I'm like, remodeled? So when was it first modeled? And the church is claiming that the original buildings were the original modeling. Just, oh my God, they just are covering things up. So, yeah, this is breaking news, guys. This is shocking, earth-shattering Mormon lies and cover-ups news of recent days, of recent years. Holy crap. See, I was locked away. I was disappeared from society during this time because of the church. And so I knew none of this. I missed all of it. And so, holy crap. Oh, man. And I probably remember the Restoration Conference because I was out in 2015, but the 2011 stuff, no. And the remodeling announcement, or the creation announcement, they were purposely manufacturing a lie to rewrite history. Holy crap. Oh my God. Unbelievable. And Nelson's the one in charge of it. Holy crap. Mormons, if you're listening, run away. Holy crap. Because this location, it takes away from the theory that Joseph Smith had bumped into Sidney Rigdon, because this places him far away from Pittsburgh. And so how did they find out about Sidney Rigdon up there in Kirtland, Ohio? I mean, was he just passing through on his way to Kirtland, Ohio from Pittsburgh? Was, Sidney Rigdon a talker that said, hey guys, I got this manuscript for free. The guy died. Other people would have known this information. Especially the town where the Mormonism Unveiled was written by our news article thing. Holy crap. I mean, it does solve the answer as to why Joseph was sent to that jail and why he eloped with Emma at that jail. But it doesn't solve the Sidney Rigdon as the author of the Book of Mormon. Because that has been confirmed as Sidney Rigdon. It's his manner of speech. And what's his manner of speech doing in there? So, yeah, this appears to be the conclusion that we can draw. is that they're using the burning of their homes in Harmony and then relocating Harmony. Oh man, because you have to get permission from Pennsylvania to name a city. You have to get some incorporation status to name the city. Even back then, you couldn't just go in and say, we're calling this place such and such, if you want it to be a legitimate location in the state. If it's territory that's not owned and taken over by the United States, yeah, you can do that. And that's what Brigham Young did. He went into Mexico and said, we're now calling this Deseret. But you can't do that in the actual United States. You have to go to the capital of the state and say, hey, we're settling here. We bought the land. Here's our land grant or deed or whatever. And they'll say, okay, what do you want to call the area? Well, we want to call it Harmony. Well, I can't do that. We already have a Harmony, Pennsylvania, over by Pittsburgh. So I don't see how this could have happened the way the church is trying to make it. So, I mean, this is just incredible. The priesthood restoration site is one big fraud. Holy crap. I mean, so I could just continue this video, I guess, until if I come up with more stuff, but I mean, I'm only at 18 minutes into his 1 hour video. So I have no idea if he's going to expose more about the cover-ups by the church. I mean, this is just unbelievable. It's just, I can't believe it. I mean, Neville confirms Sidney Rigdon wrote the Book of Mormon, but then confirms that the church is trying to cover up the fact that Sidney Rigdon wrote the Book of Mormon. I mean, he might get the #1 award for faithful Mormons destroying the church. Oh my God. This is just, I'm in shock right now, guys. If you don't understand why I'm laughing and I'm like, because I'm in shock. Literally in shock. I've been through shock many times before in my life. I recognize it right now. I am literally in shock. Holy crap. This is, oh my God, this is insurance fraud, tax fraud, RICO frauds. Holy crap. With the educational fraud in RICO. Holy crap. And oh my God. This is the horror that historians face. That people who conquer and win in history get to rewrite history as them being the good guys. And they alter all the locations and the names of the people, and I mean, that's horrifying. I mean, that's what was done with Jerusalem, guys. You know, the conquerors, Constantine, he won, and so he had Eusebius rewrite all of church history to favor Constantine. And then Constantine takes the trip of Jerusalem and says, okay, that's where Golgotha is, that's where the manger is, that's where the burial tomb is. And then people are just saying, oh, okay, here it is. and everybody makes the monuments, and then holy crap, the church is doing the exact same thing. Oh man. Holy crap. But Constantine was like millennia ago. This was only a decade. Within a decade. Within a decade. Oh my goodness. Oh. I've got to take some time to ponder. If I find more from his video, I'll obviously do another video. I would plan to do a full comment review of his video. But holy crap, this is bombshell. This is nuclear bombshell. Oh God. Oh my God. It's just like what Trump is trying to do. Article 2 says I can do whatever I want. I am the chosen one. South Korea, it's too close to North Korea. Move it. Get it out of there. Holy crap. Oh my God. See, that's the difference between regular conservatives and Trump. Trump vocalizes his thoughts. Conservative Republicans do everything in secret. Oh my God. Holy crap. Holy crap. This is gonna consume the rest of my day. Holy crap. Oh my God. See, Harmony, Pennsylvania. Look it up in Wikipedia. Yeah. Okay. miles north of Pittsburgh. Come on, when did it get settled? According to Harmony, total blah blah blah. History, okay. 1753 in December, George Washington and Christopher Gist came through the area. They were shot at somewhere between present-day They were shot between Evans City and Elwood City. The exact location is unknown. Through a region above the forks of the Ohio known as the something murdering town. In 2003, the borough commemorated the event as part of the 250th anniversary commemoration French and Indian War. 1803, in search of land for his followers that was free from the religious persecution faced in Germany, George Rapp Harmony Society in 1804. A priest by the name of Johann, Pietism. Okay, Lutheranism, biblical doctrine of Reformed, emphasis on individual piety. Huh, okay. So 1804, the Harmonites purchased a tract of land in Butler County, Pennsylvania. Harmony property in 1804. New Harmony, Indiana. The settlements were economically successful, producing many goods and clothing factory, a sawmill, tannery, and from their vineyards and distillery. A hotel was also run in Harmony. In economy, the group aided the construction of Pittsburgh and Lake Erie. Railroad. Established the Economy Savings Institution, the Economy Brickworks, Economy Oil Company, Economy Planning Mill, Economy Lumber Company. Eventually donated some land in Beaver Falls for the construction of Geneva College. In 1869, Mennonite craftsman. Holy crap. Mennonite? Methodists. Mennonites. No, they did go to Methodists because there were other outer confirmation that they went to Methodists. Harmony Society. It's Christian Theosophy and Pious Germany. Religious persecution. But yeah, they came to America because of religious persecution, as Joseph talks about in the Book of Mormon, or they talk about in the Book of Mormon. Okay, but it doesn't say that it was only the Mennonites. It just says he founded it. I mean, one would assume that only Mennonites took over that area, but Harmony was founded by Rapp in 1804. And so in 1824, they moved back to Pennsylvania, this time to Economy. Okay. So they moved away after 1804 and then moved back in 1824. Okay, let's see. Formally established Harmony Society in 1845 and lived in Pennsylvania for about 10 years before selling the Harmony property in 1814. Oh, he sold it to a Mennonite. Holy crap. Okay. So what was he then? He was just the Lutheran branch of Piusts. Wow, this is interesting. So in 1814, this was just the property, the Harmony property for the Harmony Society. So yeah, then they moved to Indiana and then moved back in 1824, but to a different location in Pennsylvania, to Economy, Pennsylvania, now Ambridge. Oh wow. See, Mennonites are different than Hutterites. Mennonites are more modern. Mennonites are similar to Quakers in appearance. The black suits for the men and the one color for women, whereas the Mennonites are a little more liberal for the women, allowing them to wear colored dresses. Wow. So yeah, between 1814, after 1814, well, it could have been after 1804. Other people could have been moving into the area to help build it. And then just this Harmony Society left which would explain why they would leave, is because other people were coming in, and so they were saying, "Oh, this is crowded." Huh. I'll be. So yeah, I still have to do some more confirming research about harmony, it looks like, but from what I'm identifying here, it was incorporated in 1838. See, like I was telling you, you have to get permission from the state to name it. Huh. So I guess the church is hoping that because 1838 was the Smiths already formed the church and moved away from the area, but the Hales still would have been there though. See, now I've got to do more research here. Emma Hale Smith. Okay, Emma Smith. Okay, Joseph, where's her father? They don't have a link to them. On 27th, that's when they eloped. She met Joseph. When was she born? They don't say the... See, again, they're only citing the church as the reference. They're not giving the year she was born. And they don't have a link for Isaac Hale or Elizabeth Lewis Hale. They just go right into her meeting Joseph. Although the company was unsuccessful in finding the suspected mine, blah, blah, blah. Isaac Hale refused to let him marry Joseph because he's a seer gazer. Couple moved. Edge of Manchester. Near Palmyra. Yeah, they leave that whole information gone from the historical records. Gone. And we're just expected to believe what the church now tells us, that Harmony Township is at the Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania. Holy crap. Okay, here they have in personal details, Emma Hale, 10 July 1804. But again, they're still pushing for Harmony Township according to the church's stats. But 1804, that was when Harmony was... Where was it? Yeah, in 1804. The Harmony Society was established in 1805, but in 1803 the land was settled. But they founded... Harmony was founded in 1804. That's when it was settled. And that's when Emma was born, in 1804. Huh. Because you don't want to... Man, what's going on? See what I'm telling you about? You can't trust the church. They are purposely lying and deceiving us, and now actually manufacturing the lies and deception, so that people in the future won't know the truth. Oh my God. So yeah, that's as far as Wikipedia is allowing us to know. And there's nothing for Isaac Hale and Elizabeth Lewis. Alright, so, oh my god. I need to download that. Harmony, Pennsylvania. Oh my god. Okay, I'm uploading this, guys. I'm at 50 minutes. My hell. This is what happens when I go into shock. Which you might not recognize the distinction by the amount of time on the video. But I also am instructing you on how to do research. Real research, not just trusting what people tell us to believe. Holy crap. Okay. I know I'm going to find more. So stay tuned.